What's up, live stream audience? This is Tim Murphy with Drift Sessions. We are still at the tail end of the Burnout Competition, aka softcore drifting. End of the LS Fest challenge was going to start soon. We're just kind of waiting for them to finish the Burnout Competition here, so we figured we might as well go live, let you guys watch some softcore drifting here and watch some burnouts and blow some tires. I think we have about 3 more cars left to go. So just stay tuned and enjoy the show. We figured, hey, might as well give you guys a little bonus. Watch some of this instead of just waiting online. So just be patient. Once again, the drifting will start immediately after this. As soon as the 2 or 3 cars left go, burn out their tires, then we'll have to clean the track, re-chalk the track, and then we'll show you some interviews and some we got with some of the drivers, and then we'll get right into the top 16 competition. We're going to start off with a parade lap. Immediately after, go right into the competition all the way until we get a winner and crown the 2023 LS Fest East Drift Champion. Just kind of hang out, stay tuned, enjoy the show, and hopefully within about a half hour, 45 minutes or so, we'll get into the action. So, guys, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, spread the word. We'll be talking to you soon.
Bouncing a lot back and forth, so technically.
The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com.
There's nothing quite like being out in nature, enjoying the quiet moments away from the chaos of everyday life, where you can really reflect on your personal journey on this beautiful rock flying through space. But none of that matters, because this is a Tire Streets commercial. Whether you're drifting, rally racing, off-roading, or just going out on the town, we've got what you need, and we'll get it to you fast. Head to TireStreets.com today.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more. Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more. The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com.
I was broke, pocket full of lead. Now I'm on the bricks, getting paid like a other dog. Now I'm stacking chips.
There's nothing quite like being out in nature, enjoying the quiet moments away from the chaos of everyday life, where you can really reflect on your personal journey on this beautiful rock flying through space. But none of that matters, because this is a Tire Streets commercial. Whether you're drifting, rally racing, off-roading, or just going out on the town, we've got what you need, and we'll get it to you fast. Head to tirestreets.com today.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com. Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more.
I was broke, pocket full of lead. Now I'm on the bricks, getting paid like a other dog. Now I'm stacking chips.
There's nothing quite like being out in nature, enjoying the quiet moments away from the chaos of everyday life, where you can really reflect on your personal journey on this beautiful rock flying through space. But none of that matters, because this is a Tire Streets commercial. Whether you're drifting, rally racing, off-roading, or just going out on the town, we've got what you need, and we'll get it to you fast. Head to tirestreets.com today.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com. Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more.
I was broke, pocket full of lead. Now I'm on the bricks, getting paid like a other dog. Now I'm stacking chips.
There's nothing quite like being out in nature, enjoying the quiet moments away from the chaos of everyday life, where you can really reflect on your personal journey on this beautiful rock flying through space. But none of that matters, because this is a Tire Streets commercial. Whether you're drifting, rally racing, off-roading, or just going out on the town, we've got what you need, and we'll get it to you fast. Head to tirestreets.com today.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com. Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more.
I was broke, pocket full of lead. Now I'm on the bricks, getting paid like no other dog. Now I'm stacking chips.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more. The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at holley.com.
There's nothing quite like being out in nature, enjoying the quiet moments away from the chaos of everyday life, where you can really reflect on your personal journey on this beautiful rock flying through space. But none of that matters, because this is a Tire Streets commercial. Whether you're drifting, rally racing, off-roading, or just going out on the town, we've got what you need, and we'll get it to you fast. Head to tirestreets.com today.
And we're back. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us. As you guys got to watch the live stream, we were finishing up the Burnout Competition. Unfortunately, the last vehicle, of course, ended up busting a radiator hose or something and a power steering line. So blew fluid all over the track. So obviously going into top 16 competition, all that fluid was right on the first inside clip.
How convenient.
Yeah, how convenient. So unfortunately, that's what's been taking so long for us to be able to get this cleaned up. LS Fest is a multifaceted event. I mean, there's burnout competitions, there's drag racing, there's autocross, there's off-road racing, there's just tremendous amount of stuff going on here. It's really like a festival. I mean, we have, I think they're saying over 60,000 people expected to pass through here, even more than that. I think maybe 80,000. I don't know. A lot of people have been here. A lot of people are still here. Weathering out the but actually the weather's been nice. It's been a little hot, but it's been pretty nice.
Yeah, we had a couple of raindrops, but it wasn't anything significant, thankfully.
Not at all. It's been a beautiful day. So like I said, we're trying to get the track cleaned up, and really what the game plan is now is we have some of the guys out there, or actually the track workers are relining the zones, making sure the cones are set, and then waiting for this last area to be cleaned up. Once that's cleaned up, then we can go ahead and reline these first 2 inside clips here, and we should be able to get the competition underway. That being said, we already spoke to Nick Swan, and he's going to, I think he's looking to do this sucker fast, right? He wants to get fast-paced action, so hopefully all the cars stay together. We don't have any incidents. But I do want to let you guys know, remind you, this is Holley LS Fest East Drift Challenge presented by Michigan Motorsports. And some of the other key sponsors that have come along to help boost the popularity of this, and just it's growing every year, is also Grip Royal. Grip Royal is the official steering wheel. Kansei Wheels is the official wheel of the Drift Challenge. The Spirit of Drift winner is going to get a set of their choice of wheels, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fortunato is the official coilover of the Drift Challenge, and they're going to get a custom set of 500 series coilovers for the Spirit of Drift winner as well. Tire Streets is the official tire provider. First place is going to get a set of Accelera tires. And then, of course, we have Simpson Race Products, which is the official safety equipment of the Drift Challenge. First place is going to get a helmet. Second place is going to get some Simpson shoes. Third place is going to get some Simpson gloves. So a lot of prizes. This type of competition, it's not about points, right? It's more about the bragging rights. We have last year's competitor, or actually last year's champion, Jonathan Nairn, back at it again to try to reclaim maybe two titles in a row year after year for LS Fest East. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does make it through the competition, because he was a latecomer yesterday, right?
Yes, indeed. It had everybody in suspense. Will he appear? Will he not? And it just so happens that he pretty much surprised everybody.
Yeah. So you guys, if you're watching on a live stream and you got some friends that want to, please share, like, subscribe. And also, if you're watching on the Facebook page, the Holley LS Fest Facebook page, please do the same for Holley LS Fest. And we also want to thank eBay Motors. Can't thank them enough as well. And, of course, Holley. And we're just really excited to be here. We did get a chance to grab some interviews from some of the drivers. So I think we can go ahead and play some of those interviews for you guys and see what some of these drivers had to say about today's competition. Tim Murphy with Drift Sessions here. I'm here with the man, the last year's champion, returning champion, Jonathan Nairn. Jonathan, how's it feel to be back here at LS Fest East?
Yeah, super excited to be here. It's a great time at LS Fest. All the vendors set up, course drifting action, autocross, drag racing. It's just an all-inclusive event that me and the team are stoked to be here every year. So really happy to be back and really want to defend that title again this year, going after it.
So it's interesting, when we got here and we're watching practice and getting ready for qualifying, we're expecting to see this man, right? We get the list ahead of time, but we didn't see him until qualifying started. So tell us what happened. Were you just playing with people's emotions?
Yeah, I mean, we told people we're coming. When we don't show up, it gets guys excited. So we had to play that we're not coming card for a little bit. No, actually we didn't. We were on the way here from North Carolina and got about halfway here. Our dually rear tire, one of them let go, exploded, sliced the sidewall. Unfortunately, fortunately, it didn't cause any other damages. We just pulled over the side of the road. It just set us back about 2.5 hours. We were slated to be here about 3:30, but luckily we were able to find 4 new rear tires for the truck about 20 miles down the road. They got us back on the road really quick, and we were able to make it here like 5:40. We were pulling in. Okay. I know practice started at 6, so we finally got in, got the car teched, got out the grid, made like a half a lap, and then they're like, "We're shut down. We're going into qualifying." I'm like, "Well, let's do this."
Yeah, yeah. I know I talked to you earlier, and you said, I was like, "Oh, well, it's the same layout." You said it's a little different, yeah. So it was still a little nerve-wracking, I assume.
Yeah, anytime you're coming to a track, every event is different. The temperatures, the track temps, the service is always going to be different, whether it's the same track. Each day is going to be different. So we set our car up how the track is feeling that particular day, the temperatures outside, what tires are running, what pressure you're going to be at. Everything changes. And this year the layout is relatively the same as far as the shape of it, but it's tighter. They moved some of the inner clips in, they're touch and go in, the outer zone 2s moved in and closer. So we actually had to make a gear change right off. After qualifying, we made a gear change because it wasn't set up to be theoretically perfect setup for our car, or for me at least.
Right. So you obviously tend to be regular here. What is it about LS Fest that makes it desirable for you to keep coming back over and over again?
What I truly love is camaraderie. I feel like with everybody on the drifting side of things, and we just have a great time. It's a competition atmosphere is what I love. I love competition drifting. So we're serious in that aspect of things, but at the same time, we're out here kind of having a party. We're having a lot of fun hanging out with other competitors that you're clashing with right after that or right before it. But later that night, we're out here drinking a soda or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's a good time, and to see you come like with no practice and grabbed a number 3 qualifying spot, that was pretty exciting to see. And now you're into the top 16. Who's your first battle? Have you looked at the bracket yet?
Yeah, we're going to face one of the homies, Scotty D. He does a bunch of angle kit stuff for some of my Mustang guys that help me out on my team. He's got some S550 angle kits, and Mike there, he's on his Mustang. They work together on a couple different aspects. But yeah, he makes a really cool angle kit, what I heard.
Yeah. So what are you most excited about for this evening? And do you want to thank any partners that help you get to where you are today?
Absolutely. Really, we gotta take each battle as it comes. Y'all see Scotty D, then we may see Tyler Berry again, which we saw him in the grade 8 or top 8 last year. We may see him again, and then Luke Fink, potentially we'd see him in the Final 4, which he's overseas, maybe Australia or New Zealand, or I don't know exactly where he's from, but really cool guy, and he's a great driver. So looking forward to battling him. But again, we're gonna take that top 16, top 8, top 4, and then. But what I really want to battle is Dirk Stratton in the finals. I'm hoping, last year he lost to the guy I saw in the finals, and it was really an amped up battle for me and him, because we go to a lot of events together, but surprisingly don't drive a lot together. And so he's a good buddy of mine, great guy, and I really want to battle him tonight. So that's what I'm looking forward to this evening. Big shout out to
your sponsors or anybody that you wanted to help get to her.
Sorry, Holley, but big shout out to Haltech. They have their trackside support guys here, and if it wasn't out there without Nick and their trackside support, we wouldn't have qualified as well as we did, because I had an issue with the breakup down low, and he cleaned that up immediately, and I went out and I was able to put together a top 3 run with 89.6. So big shout out to the guys at Haltech. Also, Kansei Wheels, Silver Suspension. They really take care of me in Juku Racing as always. So they the guys are the heart and soul of my team, as well as Hot Sauce, Mike, and Dustin. That's my crew here.
Okay.
And he's walking away right now. I was about to give him a cameo, but but yeah, without my crew and those guys, we wouldn't be able to compete at the level we do and show back up here and then bust out a 3rd place qualifying with no practice. It's a lot of hands in one basket, so to speak, to make us be able to compete at the level we do. So thanks again, guys, and thanks to Drift Sessions. Y'all guys kill it.
Well, we're just here for you guys. That's one of the most important things is, we love you guys and we love watching you. And you just showing up to the event made the event that much more exciting. Because now it's like that wild card. People were like, I know people were sitting in the pits like, well, at least we don't have to worry about Naren, right? And then he shows up in the line. I guarantee you there are people like that as soon as he pulled up to the line. Yeah, man, damn it, now we got to worry about him. Well, man, it's always a pleasure. We're super excited to see you to compete tonight. You guys don't want to miss this man. I see him up there. Is he going to take it back to back? Well, we're going to find out. You guys want to stay tuned? Thanks for watching. Tim Murphy with Drift Sessions here. I'm here with my man, Dirk Stratton, the #1 qualifier for the LS Fest East event here at Beech Bend Raceway in Kentucky. Dirk, how's it feel to be starting up on top and getting a buy run in the top 32?
Hey, it feels great. The Lingenfelder-powered Corvette here feels awesome. Track's great. Just came out here and got really comfortable real quick. We've been coming here for a number of years, and the fans that come back is the best thing. We feel great being #1 qualifier, though. We're ready to go.
Yeah. One of the things that I've always noticed about you as a driver and as your team as well, your program as you will, you have extreme consistency. What is the secret to your consistency?
Really just drive a lot and don't change the car a ton. Once you get it set up to where you're comfortable, just keep driving it. Drive as much as possible and don't make big changes.
So how does the event feel compared to last year? You notice any notable differences in maybe the spectators or the track alone?
I think it's bigger this year. It seems like there's more people and more cars, especially judging by how many people that were here on Friday, especially, and today it's just crazy. It's a zoo. So it's really cool to see people coming out, and we see people that we've seen years in the past, and they'll come over and say, we saw you last year, and that's why we came back.
Yeah.
So it's cool to build a fan base here, and people really love to watch the drifting.
Yeah, you definitely have one of my favorite vets out there. I'm not typically a fan of the vet just watching it drift. I love it and everything else, but you changed my mind in that. I've always loved your car. Anything different that you've changed to the car? You said you try to keep it consistent. From last year to this year, is it basically the same car, or is there something new?
It's pretty much the same. We just tighten everything up and put new body panels on it. We've got these true fiber over fenders on it, new livery, and just freshen it up. And we've been developing this car for 7 years, and we're to the point where we don't need to be making drastic changes anymore. We kind of know what works and what feels good to me, and we just kind of work around that.
Yeah. So we were talking to some other drivers, and I noticed on the other end of the bracket, there's a certain man that almost didn't show up today. We did an interview with him, and he was kind of saying he's going to put you on the trailer, as we just saw him, Jonathan Naren. What do you have to say about that?
I think he's the one that's going to be going on the trailer, but I'd like to meet him in the finals. Yeah, so it'd be a good show for the fans, that's for sure.
Yeah. Anybody that you're looking forward to driving with that you maybe haven't driven with before?
Next up we have JJ in the Trans Am for top 16, and I think that'll be cool because that car is so unique, and two GM cars going at it against each other, so that should be cool.
Absolutely. Any standout moments for the weekend so far for you?
Really just coming into the track and feeling confident right away and taking that #1 qualifying spot gives me a lot of confidence for the weekend.
Yeah. You've always been extremely consistent, and that's one of the things that makes you dangerous, because I think just about everybody goes against you knows that chance of you flopping or anything is not going to happen, so they're going to have to drive 100%, and I think that helps push all the other drivers to another level. Is there anything that helps push you to another level, or something that you turn to that inspires you?
Really every time, whether it be this event, from here to FD, whatever, I still get those butterflies in my stomach before I go up, whether I'm making a qualifying run or I'm going against somebody that's maybe not as experienced as me or more experienced, and I think that's what keeps us all coming back, that feeling. It makes it fun. It's always a challenge. So, even if I did qualify #1, I'm still challenging myself to perfect that run. So that just keeps it exciting for me.
Good deal. Okay, any partners, sponsors you want to go ahead and shout out that help you get to where you are today?
Yeah, absolutely. Lingenfelder Performance Engineering, they've built one heck of an engine. This LS7 Eliminator Spec 454 has been in the car for 3 years now. with minimal maintenance is all. So that runs incredible. Oracle Lighting has been helping us a ton, and they make some really cool products now for a lot of different vehicles. And Fortunato suspension keeps this thing riding smooth and tight on the track. And Stratton Chevrolet, of course, Valino tire, Kansei wheel, and a ton of others. I love to thank all my sponsors, but biggest thing is my friends and family that make it possible for me to come to these events, that help me at the track, that help me at home, help run our business, Stratton Chevrolet at home. I couldn't do it without all my friends and family. And
good deal. Hi, brother. It's always awesome to watch you drive. It makes it exciting, and we look forward to seeing you in many years to come.
I also wanted to say happy 9-month birthday to my son today.
Oh, okay. What's your son's name?
Drake.
All right, Drake. Happy birthday, Drake. You know, I hope you're rooting your dad on. You can watch this on the live stream. Yep. But anyways, my man, good luck out there. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. All right, and we're back, and it's going to be interesting to see how the bracket plays out. I mean, if you look at the bracket, you can check it out if you're watching the Drift Sessions live stream on the YouTube page. I did post a copy of the link of the bracket, so make sure you populate that, refresh it continuously so you can click on that link and follow along with us. If you're on the LS Fest Facebook page, you can go to the Drift Sessions Instagram page where I posted a link in the story as well. So check that out. But as I was saying, we have our third-place qualifier, Jonathan Aaron, on one side of the bracket, and Dirk Stratton, our first-place qualifier, on the other end of the bracket. So those two drivers that we just got to watch the interview, they may be battling out in the finals.
Yeah, and you're seeing very similar performances as we saw last year. Jonathan Aaron known to have one of the fastest vehicles out on the field. Last year, everybody struggled to meet or match or exceed the speed that he was delivering onto the track. And Dirk Stratton, consistency, that's the thing that has helped him along in many battles throughout his career. He's been very consistent, especially during this weekend. And with a top score of 94, number one qualifier. So it's really, I feel, his event to lose.
Right. So it's going to be a battle of the Titans tonight. And they're not the only Titans in the mix.
Yep. But
those are the two that we kind of are be keeping our eye on. Jonathan Aaron, if you didn't watch us earlier, he didn't make practice. He basically showed up at qualifying and not getting one complete run on the track, going out there qualifying and qualifying third, right? So it shows that he has the potential to take home a second crown from last year and being a two-time champion for the LS Fest East.
Yeah, and that'll be that's great bragging rights.
Yeah.
To be one of the few individuals to have a back-to-back win at an LS Fest.
Yeah.
So it's not often said.
Yeah. Now with Dirk Stratton, last year he was a favorite, but we had Nicholas Rodriguez seemingly coming out of nowhere, taking out Dirk Stratton. So that's got to be weighing in the back of Dirk's mind as well. Is he going to keep his eyes focused on taking out Jonathan Aaron in the finals, or is he going to be thinking, is somebody going to give me a challenge I'm not expecting? Is he going to underestimate one of the other competitors, and will that lead to his disqualification in the top 16?
Right, and one of the things that we didn't get to capture on the interviews is both of the drivers are actually looking forward to meet each other in the finals.
Yeah.
It seems like they both haven't really had the chance to battle against one another. That's one of the points that Jonathan Aaron pointed out to us. So will that happen tonight?
Right, because they're often competing in the same competition, but very rarely are they actually battling each other. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out for sure.
Right, so we're still waiting to see what's going to happen with the field, the track.
Yeah. From what I understand is that there's still maybe something on the track, and it does look like they got the track lined up and ready to go. But I did hear that we have possibly still some fluid on the track, and what they're exciting to watch, and we'll see what happens. All right, I just took a brief pause, but live audience, we're grateful that you guys are still sticking around to watch the top 16 competition unfold. I was just speaking with the live stream audience and telling them a little bit about what's been going on. You guys have been here watching the whole thing live in person, so we're grateful for all you fans out here. Hopefully you guys love drifting. You guys like drifting? All right, this definitely the best crowd of the LS Fest Tour for sure here at Bowling Green Beech Bend Raceway. We want to shout out to eBay Motors, Holley, of course, Holley LS Fest. This is the Drift Challenge brought to you by Michigan Motorsports, and there are a lot of key players that have helped bring this event together, and we're just so grateful to be able to be here live, talk to everybody, hopefully educate some new drift fans. And the guys that are watching on the live stream, we hope you guys enjoy the show, and we look to be back year after year, be able to bring this live stream for the drifting for all those folks that couldn't make the LS Fest East Drift Challenge. My name is Tim Murphy. I got my co-host here, Captain Ben. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing excellent. We're watching a full day of drifting. Those of you guys, if you're here and you have to leave before the competition, you can check out the live stream. If you go to YouTube, look up Drift Sessions. We have the live stream on there, or you can go to the Holley LS Fest Facebook channel, and they are also live streaming it there as well. There is a live bracket up on the YouTube page as well, so if you want to see who your favorite driver is going to battle against and you want to see how they progress throughout the competition, that's a great resource for you to be able to follow your favorite driver. Right now, I'm going to kind of explain for maybe some of those new fans what drifting is. If you're watching drifting for the first time, then it's going to be useful information. If you've been around drifting, maybe a little jaded, right? This is going to be like, yeah, I know that, but our goal here at LS Fest is to bridge that gap from drag racing, autocrossing, and everything in between, and bring them into our world of drifting, which is something that we love. We love drifting because it's the best of all the motorsports. You're going sideways, you're going crazy. It's full throttle, a lot of action, and the drivers are having the time of their life. But if you're not familiar with drifting, we're going to a battle-style competition. Battle-style competition means it's going to be a cat-and-mouse style of race. The way we determine a leader and a follower is the highest qualifier. We ran through qualifying, and we established a top 32 bracket. So whoever is battling, whoever qualified higher, will lead first. Then the chase car will be the guy that qualified lower in the bracket. Once they complete their first run, the drivers will change positions, and now the guy that was chasing will now lead, the man that was leading will now chase, and they'll have at it again. The judges are using all these different markers. You see all these white lines and these cones out there on the track, and you see them working diligently in order to make sure that the track is the same every time. So those of you guys watching on the live stream, we're going to actually do a flyby. For those of you folks that are here live watching it, we have the starting line. The starting line is going to be the far end of the track, opposite of the grandstands. Right there we see Burnout Challenge. And then as the drivers, as you can see in the camera there where the golf carts are, they're going to race down the straight. And their idea is to go as fast as they can. The lead driver has to get out front. Chase driver has to follow behind. Then they're going to initiate right before the bank. Boom, initiation, first outside zone. They're going to try to stick the back of that car as close to the wall all the way around that outside zone as they can. Immediately after that first outside zone, you're going to see a box marking a touch and go. That touch and go is important. The drivers need to get close to that touch and go and then get into the center of the track. Once they transition, they're going to work their way through the center of the course, trying to full throttle, nice angle, a lot of aggression, and attack this second outer zone. That second outer zone, as you can see marked right there in a bunch of chalk right there with all those cones. They want to get deep in there. They don't want to hit the cones, but they want to glide their back bumper completely through that outer zone. Immediately after that, they have to decel the car. They have to be able to bring the car back in and attack this first inside clip marked with a cone in those three lines. Those three lines help the judges determine how close to the clip the drivers are. Last final transition, right into the second inside clip, again marked with three lines, helping the judges determine where and how close that driver is to that cone. And then finally, our third and final outer zone and off the course. Whatever driver can do it best will advance on to the finals. Ben, what do you think about this layout?
Yeah, it's a great layout. I mean, it looks simple, but it can be complicated. It could be difficult for a lot of these competitors. As you saw earlier this weekend, some of the drivers struggling through a lot of the drivers struggling through the first outer zone, the first turn. So we had some incidents where some of the drivers would often fall short. They wouldn't ride the bank, the wall like we wanted them to, and then some that would actually attempt it, causing some damage to their vehicle. We saw the Holden Ute getting some damage there, and a couple of other vehicles. I think there was a Nissan 350Z also suffering some damage.
Yeah, well, we see right now Dirk Stratton, our #1 qualifier, one of the gentlemen we got to catch up in the pits and interview earlier today. He's definitely excited. He's looking for that #1 spot, so he's out there warming up the tires. That burnout box is not just about trying to do a fancy burnout and blow some smoke. If you look, sometimes you'll see the drivers actually turn their wheel and almost look like an understeer. They got to warm up not just the rear tires, but the front tires as well. Now, these drivers, they change tires every battle. They need a brand new set of tires every battle because that's how fast they go through them. But it's also important they scrub that, almost that glaze off those new tires and also warm up their front tires. So this part of the competition is, it's not really about trying to excite anybody. It's really about the drivers trying to make sure they get the tires warmed up, have the traction they need in order to be competitive. Dirk Stratton at the line right now. He is the #1 qualifier. He will be leading first. JJ Alfano in that Trans Am, not something you see too often, is over there warming his tires. Now, when you do see Dirk Stratton going down now, they're giving that sight lap to these drivers to make sure the track is, that they're ready for whatever changes they may have to face, because they did do battle earlier this afternoon, or they're actually earlier this morning in the top 32. So the track conditions have changed. Not only is the track condition change where we have oil or residue on the track, but it's also a colder track. Earlier this morning, it was a warmer track. It's a colder track, and as you see, he's only breaking traction in the area of concern, making sure that he's ready. If there's anything he needs to be prepared for when he does battle, he will be ready. And as you can see, he's got that Oracle lighting and Lingenfelter written across the side of that Chevy Corvette. Dirk Stratton, definitely a force to be reckoned with, known to be extremely consistent and very competitive. So it's going to be interesting to see how he works his way through the bracket. On the opposite end of the bracket is going to be Jonathan Nairn. Jonathan Nairn coming in. Last year, he was our champion. So will Dirk Stratton be able to battle his way through and battle Jonathan Nairn in the finals? We're going to find out. As you can see, JJ Alfano right there going through the zone, making sure he has the traction and he's ready for whatever changes have been. And that's just a beautiful car. That's just not something you see in a drift event every day, and he's making it work. He's doing a great job advancing his way into the top 16. And it looks like we're about ready to start the top 16, but we need some crowd participation. Can you guys let the drivers know that you're ready? Are you ready to send it? All right, I want everybody to shout, send it, send it, send it. Louder, send it. Louder, I can't hear you. Send it. All right, here we go. We're underway. The Holley LS Fest East Drift Competition. Top 16 has begun. Dirk Stratton out front, almost putting about a car or so gap on JJ. JJ trying to close that gap. Dirk Stratton right on that outer wall, filling up that zone in a smoke machine of that Oracle light. Lingenfelter Chevy Corvette. JJ has some work to do. Oh my goodness! Some fire coming out. You guys like that? All right, it's exciting. Like I said, this is the best of every motorsport put together. Give it up for Dirk Stratton and JJ as they make their way off the course. We're already off to a fiery start, as you can see. Definitely tons of excitement. If this is your first drift event, thank you for joining us. We hope you come back over and over again. This is what we live for. This is exciting. Not just to announce it, not just to be a part of it, but also to drive it. It's exciting. So right now, the drivers are back up at the line. JJ is now in the lead lane. Dirk Stratton is going to be giving chase. We got the replay right now on the live stream as judges are utilizing it. Look at that ball of fire. This comes out of the back of Dirk Stratton's vehicle. Making the way up. Of course, we do have 3 judges. The judges are watching this very closely. They need to make sure they get a correct winner. And here we go. JJ out front. Dirk Stratton not too far behind. Dirk Stratton almost bumper to bumper as they initially. Oh! Was there contact? Oh my goodness. It is getting serious right now. Dirk Stratton back on the throttle, but JJ, I don't know if JJ slowed up. some of the things that we have to pay attention to. It's very important that these drivers are going full throttle, and I don't know if Dirk Stratton was getting a little too aggressive or JJ slowed down right before initiation. And one of the key things that the judges are looking for, the chase driver and the lead driver both have responsibilities. The responsibility of the lead driver is to go full throttle, trying to put down a 100-point qualifying run. If he does anything that is too major of a correction to inhibit the chase driver from being able to complete his run, they could deem the lead driver fault, calling it a quote-unquote unchaseable run. Was this a mistake by JJ slowing down before initiation, or was Dirk Stratton being too aggressive and impeding JJ Alphon from initiating? Well, we're going to have to find out. We do have both drivers over to the right. If you guys are here on the live audience, we have a man at the line, and he will give a thumbs up and let you know who wins. And those of you guys on the live stream audience, we will also announce it. But right now the judges are going through the replay, and so we'll see what happens. Once again, we are at the Holley LS Fest Drift Challenge, brought to you by Michigan Motorsports. We want to thank eBay Motors as well, Holley, Grip Royal, Simpson Racing, Tire Streets, and many, many more that have helped put this event together and partner up with Holley to be able to have competition at this caliber. Now, this is not a point series competition. Really, what is at stake is some prize money and some really, it's about bragging rights. It's a little bit different from most competitions where some of the pro competitions, the drivers are allowed to protest certain calls, right? But here, they're not doing protests, right? It's more of like a fun competition. Do we have any word for who won the battle yet? Oh, they're still reviewing it. Okay, we're still getting. Judges are still reviewing the footage and trying to determine who was at fault. Was it JJ slowing down too much right before initiation, causing that rear end collision from Dirk Stratton? Was Dirk Stratton coming in too hot? Sometimes being a little aggressive can come back to bite you. We've seen it in the past. So the judges have to make sure they make the right call, because once they make that call, the call is written in stone. There's no going back. One of the jobs for that chase driver down the straight, he does have to allow the lead driver to initiate, but at the same time, the lead driver can't, he can't brake check or slow down too much on initiation. So it's a tightrope we're walking here on which way this call may go, and I'm sure either way somebody's not going to be happy. But nonetheless, that is drifting. It's a judge sport, and it's something that you don't ever want to leave it in the judge's hands. You want to make sure that you are aggressive, but you don't put yourself in an awkward position. And those of you guys that are here live, if you want to watch a live stream, you can get on your phone, you can get on YouTube, check out Drift Sessions, go ahead and or check out Holley LS Fest on their Facebook page. But make sure you go ahead and click that like button, subscribe, share it. It helps us, help you. We love to bring this for you guys, and that's the way we know that you appreciate us. But you can also, if you can get on live, you can watch the replays. A lot of drivers utilize that. A lot of people utilize the replay in order to analyze their runs. And like I said, you get a little more information on there. And if you have to leave early, you don't have to miss the action. Depending how this battle goes, after the judges make the decision, our next battle is going to be Eric Moen versus Joshua Stewart. After that will be Nathan St. John versus Jack Davis. Then Max Kimlin versus Ethan Parnell. Jonathan Aaron will then be battling Scotty D, Scott Davis. Then Tyler Berry is going to be battling Ross Busoff. Then Zandara Kennedy will be battling Blazin' Jake Wise. Derek Carter will be battling Luke Fink, and we're just going to keep battling until we get a champion. Atlanta, Georgia. And he has that 1978 Pontiac Trans Am. Definitely something different you don't see too often. He's got an LM7 underneath the hood at about 365 horsepower. And he's got some experience behind him. He's done some competition in the past. He's done multiple podiums, so he definitely has plenty of experience. When we asked him why LS Fest, he says it's an iconic event. So it looks like we do have a winner, and JJ is going to take the win. JJ is going to take the win, taking out Dirk Stratton. Dirk Stratton seemingly taking out himself. I know he cannot be happy because he clearly had the advantage going into the second half of that battle. So unfortunately for Dirk Stratton, coming in a little too hot, too aggressive, running into the back of JJ, not allowing JJ to initiate the way he wanted to. So already the tables have turned, and that may have cleared a path for Jonathan Aaron to take home that #1 trophy here tonight. Right now we got Joshua Stewart in his Chevy Corvette. He's out there warming up his tires, trying to scrub those front and rear tires. So it's going to be good to see it. Now he's going to be battling here Eric Moen. Joshua Stewart qualified 8th, so he will lead first. Eric Moen qualified 24th, so he will chase first. Joshua Stewart coming to us from Las Vegas. The 2011 Corvette has an LS3, about 500 horsepower, sponsored by BC Racing, Injuku Racing, D3 Racing. Definitely got a few partners there alongside of him to help support his program. As you can see right now, Joshua Stewart just going to take that side lap, make sure he will be dialed in so he doesn't have to make any unnecessary corrections, but it seems like the track is pretty good. Next will be Eric Moen. Eric Moen coming to us from Clarksville, Tennessee. In his 1989 Nissan 240SX. He has an LS3 with about 527 horsepower, sponsored by Fortune Heart Co. So he's definitely has many years of experience as well. Several podiums in the voted. Joshua taking off down the straight in that lead lane. Eric right there behind him. Both cars making their way, initiating that first outside zone. Eric not too far from Joshua. Joshua doing a great job on that outer edge of that zone. Touch and go there. Now they both got to make their way through the infield and attack that second outer zone. Both cars look at Eric. Eric starting to dive in the pocket, but a little too much angle, making a major correction, giving Joshua Stewart the advantage. Joshua Stewart putting the car where it needs to be. Nice clean lead run. Give it up for Joshua Stewart and Eric Moen. So right now, Joshua Stewart does seem to have the advantage. Eric not really putting the car where it needed to be. I mean, it was very shallow through that first outside zone, then coming through the third outer zone, almost seemed to throw a little too much angle, slowing up the vehicle, coming out of drift, which would be a 0. So right now, it's fair to say that Joshua Stewart has the advantage. Now, Joshua Stewart has to complete a solid chase run. So that being said, it's not over yet. If Joshua Stewart makes a major mistake, zeroes out his scores, and Eric Moen completes his lead run, we may see it one more time. Just because Joshua has the advantage going into the second half of this battle does not mean he's going to get his victory. All right, both drivers locked and loaded, ready to go. Eric Moen now going to lead. Joshua Stewart going to give chase. And as we just seen in the previous battle, anything can happen. We were expecting Dirk Stratton to hammer his way all the way to the finals. Unfortunately, not able to do so. But here we go. Eric Moen up front. Joshua Stewart about a car length or so behind. Both drivers making their way through that first outer zone. Wow, look at Joshua Stewart almost on the back bumper of Eric as they make their way through the center and attack that second outer zone. Eric doing a much better job in the lead position now. But Joshua Stewart trying to apply that pressure, put his front bumper right into the door, maybe taking it. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, Eric spinning out right at the second inside clip. I think that kind of seals the deal there as he brings the cone back. We're going to wait for the official word as the judges watch the replay real quick. But I think it's pretty safe to say that Joshua Stewart most likely will be advancing. But I am not a judge. I don't want to be a judge. That's a very difficult job, thankless job sometimes. A lot of heat. But here we go. We have the official event.
Yeah, Josh Stewart gets the win. Josh Stewart in the Chevrolet Corvette gets the win.
All right, so Joshua Stewart's going to advance on to the next round of competition, the grade 8. We are not stopping, though. We're going to just keep going until we get a winner here tonight. So our next battle is going to be Nathan St. John versus Jack Davis. Jack Davis qualifying 12th. Nathan qualifying 28th, so Jack Davis will lead first. Nathan will give chase first. Nathan St. John coming to us from Cincinnati, Ohio. He's in that purple Nissan 240SX. He's rocking about 600 horsepower, so he's got a good amount of horsepower. So it definitely has the power he needs. Has quite a few years of experience. He was invited. He wants to push his drift career to the limit, and he wants to test his skills against the best in the country, and that's why he's here. All right, here we go. Both drivers making their way down the straight. Jack Davis out front. Wow, good job, Jack. As you see, both drivers, Nathan now is going to lead. Jack Davis is going to give chase. So here we go. Another time where it seems that driver has the advantage. Right now, Jack Davis seems to have the advantage, but he's going to have to play a little safe. Both drivers initiating through that first outside zone. Jack Davis doing a good job, kind of keeping his distance, making sure Nathan gets dialed in there, and now he's starting to apply that pressure. Whoa! Jack Davis diving in for the attack through that second outer zone. Both drivers bringing it in here to the first inside clip, transition across that second and final inside clip. Give it up for Jack Davis and Nathan as they make their way through the straight. Wow, Jack Davis doing a great job maintaining composure, giving Nathan a little space to get himself dialed in. Once he saw that Nathan was dialed in, locked in angle, he went in for the attack. Halfway through that, the infield, and unfortunately, it just looked Nathan was not hitting the zone. Very shallow through most of the course, but the chase driver's job is to follow that lead driver. So we get an official word for the winner.
Jack Davis gets the win. Jack Davis in the BMW gets the win.
All right, Jack Davis is going to go ahead and advance on. Nathan St. John, he can come back tomorrow and have some fun if he wants to. We are going to be drifting again tomorrow, but it will not be competition. It's kind of a fun drift day. Our next drivers are going to be Ethan Parnell versus Max Kimlin. Ethan Parnell, 4th place qualifier. He will lead first. Max Kimlin is qualified 20th, so he will give chase first. Ethan Parnell coming to us from Thompson, Georgia. He has that red camo Nissan 240SX. He's got an LQ9 with 650 horsepower, sponsored by EDP Motorsports. Now we got Max Kimlin pulling up to the line. Max Kimlin coming to us from Pound Town, New York. Both drivers ready to do battle as they make their way down the straight. Cornell out front. Max giving chase as Ethan initiates right on the wall, trying to get deep in that first outside zone. Max Kimlin starting to dive in for the attack. Max doing a good job staying side by side, matching angle for angle as they transition into that second outer zone. Ethan Parnell doing a great job completely filling out that first outside zone. Max kind of dropping back a little bit, but Ethan Parnell, he is just putting on a clinic, I believe. Whoa! Max trying to cut the track a little. You know, the judges do tell the chase driver if they want to cut the line a little bit, but he didn't necessarily cut it. He basically cut his head off. He severed that by taking out that second inside clip. You don't want to see that. You can sacrifice some line and angle, but it's very important that you still have a solid chase run. Now both drivers are making their way back up to the start line. Now Max Kibler is going to lead Ethan Parnell. Time we see the second half of the battle, that one driver overwhelmingly has the advantage. And right now, I would say Ethan Parnell does seem to be having the advantage going into the second half of this battle. But we've already seen it once tonight. Anything can happen. All right, Max Kinlan going to lead. Ethan Parnell going to give chase, and they're off. Ethan Parnell side by side. He has to allow Max to initiate, and he does, giving a little bit of space. Whoa, look at Ethan Parnell already diving in for the attack. Max Kimlin running a little midline through that first outside zone, into the touch and go, transitioning now into that second outer zone. Max better in the first run. Nonetheless, Ethan Parnell will advance on to the top 8 battles. Our next battle is going to be Jonathan Nairn, our 3rd place qualifier, versus our 14th place qualifier, Scott Davis. As I mentioned earlier today, Jonathan Nairn qualified without any practice. Had a blowout on this rig, making his way over from Carolina, and was able to make the repair and show up just in time for qualifying. And he didn't just show up in time for qualifying, he showed up in time to make his presence felt because he took the 3rd place spot. Scott Davis in a Ford Mustang LS powered. We also know him as Scotty D. Makes angle kits for the Mustang. If you're looking to drift the Mustang and you want to get into competitive drifting or any type of form of drifting, you really want that extra angle. If you guys are new to drifting, you'll notice that the front wheels, they turn a little more than factory, almost as much of a forklift as a forklift if you guys are familiar with those. And that's utilized for these drivers to be able to throw that car sideways, almost reverse entry. Scotty D makes those kits. If you have a Mustang, you want to get into drifting, check out Scotty D. And he's a local boy from Bowling Green, Kentucky. So support your local man as he does battle right now. But he's got his hands full. Jonathan Nairn, last year's champion, both cars make their way down the straight. Jonathan Nairn initiating right on the wall. Jonathan Nairn filling out that first outer zone. Scotty D right there, but the amount of smoke coming out of Jonathan Nairn's vehicle is going to be hard to navigate through. Look at Jonathan Nairn, Scotty D doing a good job staying right there with him. Now they're going to attack that first inside clip. Wow, Scotty D I'm impressed with Scotty D. He's hanging there with Jonathan Nairn in the chase position. Give it up for Jonathan Nairn and Scotty D. All right, judges are taking a look at the replay right now. You can rewatch that first run. You got that smoke here. Drivers got to be able to navigate. It's bad enough that they're putting smoke out while they're driving. We want to make sure that smoke can clear out a little bit as well, so we could see it. Both drivers at the line. Scotty D in the lead position. Jonathan Nairn going to give chase. So who will it be? Will it be Jonathan Nairn or will it be the local favorite, Scotty D? Here we go. Both drivers making their way down the straight. Jonathan Nairn, he's giving a little cushion and he's going to go for the attack. Scotty D nice and high in that first wall there, making his way through that first outside zone, right past the touch and go. Both drivers transitioning into that second outer zone. Jonathan Nairn right there with Scotty D, trying to apply that pressure. Can he force a mistake out of Scotty D? Scotty's doing a great job in the lead position as they make their way past that second inside clip and off the track. Give it up for Scotty D and Jonathan Nairn. That was an excellent back-to-back run. Both cars seem dialed in. This is going to be one of those calls that's a little more difficult for those judges. They're going to have to watch that replay a few times in order to analyze, see who was hitting the zones better. If you're new to drifting or if you're just joining us here, if you look throughout the course, there are 3 outer zones. There's a touch and go and 2 clips. The outer zones are marked along that first wall. That's the first outside zone. And there's a touch and go in a box right after that first outer zone. They transition to the second outer zone, and then you have your 2 inside clips. You see these green cones with these 3 lines, well now 2 lines marked. They got to go from inner clip to inner clip as close to those cones without taking them out as possible. and then through the final outer zone right here in front of the grandstands and make their way off the course. The driver that can do it the best with the least mistakes will advance on. And right now the judges, well, it looks like we have a decision. What was the decision?
Jonathan Aaron. Jonathan Aaron gets the win in the Nissan 240SX.
All right, Jonathan Aaron's going to advance on. Jonathan Aaron's going to advance on to the top 8. Looks like we have Ross Budasov out there warming up his tires. He's going to be battling Tyler Berry. Ross qualified 6th. Tyler Berry qualifying 11th, so Ross will lead first. Tyler Berry will give chase first. Ross has been very impressive throughout qualifying and competition. It's exciting to see him out here do battle. His car is just an absolute smoke machine. Ross Budasov, sponsored by Ross Motorsports, coming to us from Chicago, Illinois. It's a 95 Nissan 240SX. It's a single turbo 5.3 LM7 at about 850 horsepower. Nice, sponsored by R&D Performance as well. So that car has been an absolute smoke machine. We asked him, you know, why did you pick the LS? He said, the LS is God's motor and Holley is God's ECU. So definitely happy. Both drivers making their way down the straight. Ross out front. Tyler Berry already applying the pressure in the chase position. Ross filling out that first outside zone. Tyler kind of falling out of angle a little bit there. But Ross Budasov doing a great job. Now both drivers attacking that second outer zone. A little waiver there. Tyler Berry maintaining proximity, but not quite matching angle of Ross Budasov. Now drivers make it past that second inside clip, and off the course they go. Good job. Tyler Berry trying to apply that pressure. It is important that you want to be close to the lead driver, but you also want to match angle, right? So there's going to be a sacrifice, and the judges are going to have to weigh in how much was he sacrificing. Was he sacrificing too much angle in order to be in the pocket? Nonetheless, we like that side-by-side driving. Definitely exciting to watch. Tyler Berry, he's coming to us from Knoxville, Tennessee in that gray, black, and yellow BMW E36. He's rocking an LQ9 with about 500 horsepower, sponsored by Fast Tech Motorsports, and Tyler Berry Drifting, and also Holley EFI. He's just here to have a great time. Well, I'm sure he's having a blast. All right, Tyler Berry out front, Ross giving chase. Tyler was able to put a little gap on Ross. Can Ross reel him in? Tyler Berry very shallow. Almost straightening out a little bit. Inside through that second inside clip, taking that out and almost colliding with Tyler Berry, and then coming, almost spitting out at the end there. Looks like we have a winner.
Indeed, Tyler Berry gets the win. Tyler Berry in the BMW gets the win.
There you have it. Tyler Berry gets the win. Unfortunately, Ross making a little too many mistakes there. Did look like he had the advantage, but Tyler Berry is going to move on to the top 8. Ross Budasov is going to hopefully be back next year, and I'm sure he'll be here tomorrow to go ahead and burn through the rest of the tires. Tomorrow will be a nice, relaxing day of drifting where the drivers go out there and just have fun. So, oddly enough, these drivers actually tend to be more aggressive when they're having fun. I mean, you know, bumping each other around the course, it's fun. We like to do what some people call painting the side of the door, which is basically taking your front tire while you're in drift and just taking that black rubber and just putting it all over the side of your friend's vehicle. It's kind of like a bragging right. You go to your friend's car, he's like, oh, I did that. So it looks like right now we have Zendara Kennedy. Zendara Kennedy, she qualified 7th. Blazin' Jake Wise qualified 10th, so he will chase first. Zendara Kennedy, professional stunt woman by trade. You may have seen some of her action in movies such as The Adam Project. She was actually the one driving the Bronco through the forest. So if you've seen that movie, she was the driver of that vehicle. So it's very exciting to see her take her passion for motorsports and bring it over into competitive drifting. She is really become a staple in the drifting community. I mean, I see her at almost every competition. I mean, she's just like on a tour constantly. As he pulls up to the line right now. Zendara qualifying 7th. She will lead. And away they go. Zendara out front. Jake Wise almost right there, side by side. Going to give her a little space. Looks like everybody's kind of learned their lesson not to be too aggressive on initiation. Zendara Kennedy kind of shallow through that first outer zone. And look at Jake Wise, like right almost on her door. Zendara in the chase position, almost pushing around the course. Give it up for Jake Wise and Zendara Kennedy. Wow. Jake Wise, extremely aggressive in the chase position. Very from Claiborne, Texas. In that bright yellow and red Nissan 240SX. We have about 600 horsepower, sponsored by Fortune Auto and Tire Streets. Coming along to partner up with Jake Wise with this program, giving him the ability to be competitive. So these partners coming alongside these drivers, it makes a world of difference. This is an expensive sport, as most motorsports, but one of the sports that is mostly driver funded. Anyhow, here we go. Jake Wise out front. Zendara Kennedy has to apply the pressure, but Jake Wise putting about 2 or 3 cars on Zendara Kennedy, completely filling out that first outer zone. Let's see, into the touch and go. Good job, Zendara Kennedy catching up, now trying to apply that pressure. Dive in the pocket. Jake Wise doing a good job completely filling out that second outer zone, and just a smoke machine. Zendara has to drive through. Jake Wise did take out that first inside clip, didn't phase Zendara Kennedy. Wow, give it up for Jake Wise and Zendara Kennedy. Great battle. Jake Wise definitely seems to have a little more power than Zendara Kennedy here, as he was able to pull away from her down the straight. Drifting is a run what you brung style of motorsports. This is not a spec tune. It's not like it's different power classes. If you show up with 300 horsepower, well, that's what you got, man. That's what you brought. You bring a knife to a gunfight, you can't complain. When you go against up 1,000 horsepower, it is what it is. But these drivers love to do. Do we have a winner?
Indeed, Jake Wise in the Nissan 240SX gets the win. Jake Wise.
All right, Jake Wise gets the win, and I believe that rounds out our top 8, our top 16. Do we still have any more battles left? Luke Fink and Derek Carter. All right, we have one more battle to complete the top 16. Luke Fink qualifying 2nd. I believe he's Australian native. He's over here in the States doing battle. And then Derek Carter qualifying 15th. We'll give chase first. Luke Fink, yep, coming to us from Brisbane, Australia. In his blue Chevy Corvette. LS3 powered at about only 405 horsepower, so he's really not on the higher end, but we've seen Luke Fink. He knows his stuff. This man is experienced. He has the skill to make up for the lack of horsepower. And as I said, this is a run what you run type of motorsports, but this is one of those motorsports that driver skill can make up for horsepower differences. We've seen it over and over again. And Luke Fink is that type of driver. So it's going to be exciting to see what he can do with 400 horsepower if he's going to be able to take out his competitor. So I guess Luke Fink, technically, I guess he drove the furthest. You have to say so, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, both drivers making their way down the straight. Wow, Luke Fink, nice, getting a jump out the gate as they make their way down the straight, attacking that first outside zone. It's almost like an inactive chase from Derek Carter. I mean, he has some ground to make up. You can't sleep on him. Wow, Luke Fink did a great job getting the jump and just putting a commanding lead around the course, giving Derek Carter an uphill battle in order to try to catch up. But wow, now, whoa! Derek Carter coming way inside there, cutting the track, severing the track, dismantling the track, obliterating the track. I don't know. You pick it. But definitely Luke Fink looks to have the advantage going into the second half of this battle. Derek Carter, they call him Drift Daddy, coming to us from Liberty, Tennessee. He has an uphill battle right now. He's in his Nissan 240SX, and he's about 600 horsepower, sponsored by LS Acceleration. Years of experience right now. We'll see. We know Luke Fink has experience. Take it off side by side. There does have a slight advantage of horsepower, but it doesn't look like it because Luke Fink is right there on the back bumper. Derek doing it, well, actually running midline through that first outer zone, but Luke Fink is right there step by step, side by side as they transition. Whoa! Talk about inches as Luke Fink almost pushes Derek through that second outer zone. Give it up for Luke Fink and Derek Carter and make them hear you as they make their way through the final outer zone. Wow. Oh my goodness. Do we have a winner?
Yeah, that was a quick result. Luke Fink gets the win in the Chevrolet Corvette.
There's no question, right? Before they even got up there, they already knew Luke Fink in that Chevy Corvette is going to advance on taking out Derek Carter. And that does round out our top 16. But don't go anywhere. We're going right into the top 8 battles. Our first battle is going to be J.J. Alfano versus Joshua Stewart. J.J. in that Trans Am qualified 16th. Joshua Stewart qualified 8th, so Josh will lead first. J.J. will give chase. Wow, I don't know, Ben. What do you think? This is exciting.
Yeah, and what's also exciting is how quickly it's going. It just seems like, well, there was 1 or 2 battles. Like it's going to be a great event so far.
Yeah, it is. It's turned out to be a great event. It always is here at LS Fest East. J.J. Alfano right now warming up his tires, coming to us from Atlanta, Georgia. In that 1978 Pontiac Trans Am, LM7 powered, only about 365 horsepower. So, you know, he's definitely on the lower end of the totem pole there. Years of experience, and he just says the LS Fest is an iconic event, and he just wants to come out here and just have a good time driving. And he's actually just excited to be here. So it was great to hear that from him as well. He loves the LS because it's a simple platform, and he actually asked us if there's going to be complimentary Freebird air guitar solos at the pits after the event. So if you guys are efficient or experienced air guitar players, you may want to make your way to the pit and do some air guitar for J.J. Alfano. Okay, here we go. Both drivers making their way down the straight. Joshua Stewart out front. J.J. not too far behind. J.J. not initiating quite aggressively enough. Really shallow angle through that first outer zone. Stewart looks to be having a commanding lead run as both cars transition into that second outer zone. Joshua filling out almost completely that second outer zone. Past the first inside clip. Final transition. JJ still there with them. Give it up for Joshua Stewart and JJ Alfano. Well, it's going to be interesting now. Both drivers are going to make their way up to the line, change positions. And the battle's not over yet. Joshua Stewart may have a slight advantage here. Joshua Stewart coming to us from Las Vegas in that 2011 Chevy Corvette. The LS3 had about 500 horsepower, and he's utilizing every bit of it as they make their way down the straight. JJ initiating in that first outer zone. Joshua Stewart right there with them. JJ just seems to have a hard time getting a lot of angle at a car initiation. Joshua Stewart almost tapping JJ as they make their way through the transition. Now rounding out that second outer. Look at Joshua Stewart applying pressure, tire to tire, door to door. The final transition barely inches away as JJ takes off, and Joshua Stewart not too far behind. Oh, I don't know if he tapped the wall, but that was really close. Wow, we're going to take a look. That replay is definitely exciting to watch. You get that advantage of the drone footage on the live stream as well. Those guys, if you want to check out the live stream, go ahead to log on to YouTube, check out Drift Session and watch the live stream. Get a little bonus there. You get some drone footage up close and personal with these vehicles. If you do log on to the YouTube page, please subscribe, like, share. Also, if you're on the LS Fest, we have a winner?
Yeah, Joshua Stewart gets the win. Joshua Stewart in the Chevrolet Corvette gets the win.
All right, Joshua Stewart will advance on. Taking out JJ. JJ, excellent job in that vehicle. Not something you see too often. Right now it looks like we're going to have Ethan Parnell, our 4th place qualifier. He will lead first. He's going to be battling Jack Davis, our 12th place qualifier. This is going to be a battle to watch because both these drivers have years of experience, both extremely aggressive in the chase position, and that makes it an exciting battle. As I mentioned, Jack Davis is a pro. He is in the pro circuit.
It seems like there's something over here at the
can we get
final
somebody
turn.
over to the start line or to the finish line here? If we get somebody over to the outer zone, we have something on the track. I don't know if the track can hear me. Okay, yep, there we go. We got a golf cart coming over to inspect the track.
Shout out to the media guys for letting us know.
Yeah, actually, we got some up close and personal. We could take our own little look here, right? There you go. Oh, you get run over. Oh, almost ran over the drone. They're playing tag. All right, they're going to inspect the track, make sure everything's okay. He's rocking an LS3 with about 800 horsepower, sponsored by Deutschwerks, Kansei Wheels, Holley, and D&D Performance. I guess we're going at it. Here we go. Drivers making their way down straight. Ethan Parnell up front. Jack Davis giving chase. Both drivers. Ethan Parnell initiating right on the wall, completely filling out that first outside zone. That is what the judges want to see. They want to see those drivers get deep. But Jack Davis is right there, knocking at the back door as Ethan Parnell fills that second outer zone. But Jack Davis, man, what a great, oh man, oh no, I spoke too soon. Jack Davis on the attack, coming out of drift before that second inside clip. I don't know if he missed it here, but it just almost seemed like he dropped his power drop off. Look at that replay real quick. Let the drivers pull back up. Yeah, Jack Davis, why is he here? He says, hey man, I like to drive. I like to come have fun. Bang some doors with my bros. He says he chose the LS because it helps keep this beast running affordable. Well, I guess it define affordable, right? All right, here we go. Jack Davis out front, Ethan Parnell giving chase. Jack Davis seems to have the disadvantage. Ethan Parnell walking into the second half of this battle with the advantage. Jack Davis doing a great job filling out that first outer zone, pouring out the smoke on the throttle. Ethan Parnell right there, step by step, as they transition through that second outer zone. Now they make their way. This is the area where Jack Davis kind of came out of drift. Let's see how he does. Much better this time around, but is it too little too late? As both drivers come off the course, give it up for Jack Davis and Ethan Parnell.
All right, yeah, it looks like Ethan Parnell, the Nissan 240XX, gets the win. Ethan Parnell.
All right, there you go. Ethan Parnell will advance. Jack Davis, I don't know if he came out of here, seemingly taking himself out of competition, but Ethan Parnell, lead one, was very, very, very aggressive, putting the car where it needed to be. So definitely doing the job he needed to do to advance on to the next round of competition. Up next, it looks like we have Jonathan Aaron, our third place qualifier, will be doing battle against Tyler Berry, our 11th place qualifier. As I mentioned earlier, Jonathan Aaron almost didn't show up to the competition. He is last year's champion. Is he going to take a back-to-back champion? We're soon going to find out. But he's going to have to get past Tyler Berry first. Tyler Berry already taking out several drivers to get to where he is into the grade 8 right now. We're about to find out exactly how bad does Tyler Berry want this championship. But he's going to have to get through our returning champ, Jonathan Aaron. All right, they make their way down the straight, almost side by side. Tyler Berry trying to be as aggressive as he can because he knows Jonathan has all that power. Look at Jonathan on the wall all the way around that first outside zone, and just a smoke machine completely fogging out the course at Tyler Berry popping out of the cloud. as both drivers make their way off the course. We got both drivers back up to the line. Tyler Berry is now going to lead. Jonathan Aaron going to give chase. Jonathan Aaron doing a great job in that lead position, just putting on a clinic, but Tyler Berry right there with him step by step. So I can't say there's a decisive advantage to either driver right now. It could all come down to this second run. Will Jonathan Aaron advance on, taking out Tyler Berry, or will Tyler Berry upset the current champ? Here we go. They make their way down the straight. Tyler Berry out front. Jonathan Aaron right there with them, about a half a car length behind. Tyler Berry not as deep into that first outer zone as Jonathan Aaron was, but nonetheless, he is on throttle. Jonathan Aaron navigating through that smoke. Both drivers transitioning into that second outer zone. Tyler Berry a little shallow there. Jonathan Aaron step by step trying to apply that pressure, diving through the attack as they make their way past that second inside clip, and away they go. Give it up for Tyler Berry and Jonathan Aaron. I don't know. I mean, Jonathan's just all over Tyler.
Jonathan Aaron gets the win. Jonathan Aaron, the Nissan 240SX, gets the win.
There you go. Jonathan Aaron and the Nissan 240SX taking out Tyler Berry in that black and yellow BMW E36. Next up, it looks like we have Jake Wise versus Luke Fink. All right, Jake Wise versus Luke Fink. This is going to be an exciting battle because Jake Blazing Jake Wise has been on fire. That's how we gave them smoking the whole weekend in a good way. Just want to make sure. I don't want anybody to be confused what he's smoking. Smoking tires. Smoking tires. That's what I'm going to say. Wow, that nickname can go either way. But we're going to talk about drifting. Blazing Jake Wise is going to make his way up to the start line. Evenly battling our second place qualifier, Luke Fink. So Luke will lead first, coming to us all the way from Australia. Wanting to take home the LS Fest 2023 East. Jake Wise, he is not going to let Luke Fink run away with it. So it's really going to, it could come down to this second half, of this battle here. Luke Fink is a monster in the chase position, but Jake Wise proves to be a force to be reckoned with because he was applying the pressure throughout the course. He's definitely putting out more smoke, more throttle. Of course, he does have the advantage. He has more horsepower than Luke Fink, so that's another way to kind of tell the difference on who has more power. That tire smoke is just a dead giveaway. That horsepower allows these drivers to be able to get up those insane tire speeds and just roast these tires. But here we go, second half of the battle. Wise out front, Luke Fink in the chase position. Luke Fink almost right on the back bumper of Jake Wise as they make their way through that first outer zone. Jake Wise completely filling out that first outside zone. Amazing job by Luke Fink, barely giving him a foot. Whoa, my goodness. Luke Fink diving in for the attack. Wow, the aggression from Luke Fink in the chase position. One of the best chase drivers out here tonight. Oh, no! Jake Wise coming off line slightly, not phasing Luke Fink whatsoever. This could go either way. I don't know.
Well, Luke Fink gets the win. Luke Fink in the Chevrolet Corvette.
Luke Fink gets the win, and it's going to advance on. Luke Fink in that Chevy Corvette taking out Blazing Jake Wise. Wow. And that was a David versus Goliath scenario. Jake Wise coming to us from Cleburne, Texas. He's got, let me see here, about 600 horsepower. He's got about 200 or so more horsepower than Luke Fink, but as you can see, Luke Fink was able to make up for the lack of horsepower in driver skill, apply that pressure, put the car where it needed to be, and be able to take the victory in that last battle and move on. All right, folks, we're moving right along. We're in the top four. We are in the top four already. We're going to see the battle of Josh Joshua Stewart versus Ethan Parnell. Joshua Stewart, our 8th place qualifier. He will be chasing first, and Ethan Parnell, qualifying 4th, will lead first. Then the winner of this battle will battle the winner of the next battle, which is Jonathan Nairn, our 3rd place qualifier, versus Luke Fink, our 2nd place qualifier. And if you haven't been around drifting for a long time, you really start to see how qualifying really pans out and how often those top qualifiers end up in the top 4. Because right now, Luke Fink, our 1st place qualifier, Luke Fink, our 2nd place qualifier, Jonathan Nairn, our 3rd place qualifier, Ethan Parnell on track now, our 4th place qualifier, Joshua Stewart, our 8th place qualifier, are all in the top 4, ready to battle. Who wants it the most? Jonathan Nairn, it's only a few battles away from his again. But here we go. Right now we got Joshua Stewart and Ethan Parnell. Ethan Parnell out front in that red liveried Nissan 240SX. Joshua Stewart in that black and green Chevy Corvette. Ethan Parnell has been doing an excellent job through that first outside zone all night as they transition, attack that second outer zone. Joshua Stewart dropping back a little bit. Now he's got to gain some ground. He's kind of bobbling in that chase position, but Ethan Parnell is just on point, dialed in. He's in attack mode in that lead position. Give it up for Ethan Parnell and Joshua Stewart. That's a battle right there. Ethan Parnell looking a little more dialed in that lead position, filling out that first outer zone. Joshua Stewart not too far behind, but sacrificing some angle, sacrificing some line in order to dive back in the pocket. The judge is going to have to take a look. Still able to stay there with Ethan Parnell, but several corrections along the way. The judges are looking for these drivers to initiate, to angle, and stay at angle. When I say a car's bobbling, it's like they're at a certain amount of angle and they kind of straighten out a little bit and then go back to angle. Those are bobbles. Those are things that the judges are telling the drivers, don't do that. We want you to go to angle and lock that angle in, mash that throttle, make your way throughout the course. So you definitely want to make sure, as a driver, you can have that consistent angle, full throttle, of course, banging off the rev limiter. We want to see tire smoke. We want to hear that engine revving like crazy. And then, just give it your all. Give it your all. But sometimes you do have to shallow up a little bit, right? That is a tool that a chase driver can use in order to attack the lead driver and put that pressure. You know, as a chase driver, you're trying to apply pressure to the lead driver to try to force him to make a mistake. It's intimidating to have a car behind you, especially all this horsepower, these LS platforms, just roaring in the side of your ear as you go throughout the course. You know that driver's right there. You know you can't make any mistakes. So that's the job of the chase driver. Did Joshua Stewart do what he needed to? Well, we'll find out. We're going to have to finish the second half of this battle. Joshua Stewart will lead. Ethan Parnell will give chase. Looks like they're locked and loaded. And away they go. Ethan Parnell going to give chase. Joshua Stewart out front. Ethan Parnell on the side by side. He's going to back off a little bit. Allow Joshua Stewart to initiate. Joshua Stewart almost completely filling out that first outside zone. Ethan Parnell right there with him. Joshua doing a much better job in the lead position. Nice, smooth angle, staying, locking that angle in, mashing on the throttle, filling out that second outer zone. But Ethan Parnell right there with him, step by step, as they both make that final transition past that final inside clip, and off the track they go. Give it up for Joshua Stewart and Ethan Parnell.
All right, we got a result. Ethan Parnell in the Nissan 240SX gets the win.
All right, Ethan Parnell will now have to face the winner of the next battle, Jonathan Nairn and Luke Fink. The winner of that battle will take home the crown of the 2023 Holley LS Fest East Drift Challenge, brought to you by Michigan Motorsports. And the loser of that final battle will be second. I believe we'll do a battle for fourth and third, which will be the loser of this battle. It'll either be... Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're watching on a live stream, thank you for joining us. If you're watching on the Facebook, Holley LS Fest Facebook, thank you for joining us. Those of you guys that are here live, you guys you guys just weathering out a full day of motorsports. It's been a beautiful day. We've had a ton of action. and it's just been exciting to watch. I want to thank all the sponsors, all the partners that jumped on board with Holley LS Fest here for the Drift Challenge. First, I want to thank Michigan Motorsports. They say today's drifting competition is brought to you by Michigan Motorsports. For all your LS and LT part needs, be sure to visit MichiganMotorsports.com. The only thing faster than their shipping is an LS-powered vehicle. Also want to thank Grip Royal, which is the official steering wheel of the Drift Challenge. The podium finishers are going to get a custom-etched Drift Challenge trophy wheel, so that's always exciting. Shout out to Grip Royal. Kansei Wheels, the official wheel of the Drift Challenge. The Spirit of Drift winner gets a set of wheels of their choice. Fortunato, the official coilover of the Drift Challenge. The Spirit of Drift winner gets a custom set of 500 seal coilovers, 500 series coilovers. Tire Streets, of course, the official tire provider of the Drift Challenge. The first place gets a set of Accelera tires, so that's gonna cover 2 battles. And then we have Simpson Racing, last but not least, the official safety equipment of the Drift Challenge. The first place winner will get a Simpson helmet. The second place winner gets a pair of Simpson shoes. And the third place winner gets a pair of Simpson gloves. So shout out to all those partners hopping on board with LS Fest, Michigan Motorsports. Of course, we want to thank eBay Motors as well. Without these partners, we wouldn't have an amazing event. This event has been growing year after year, and the crowd is just getting bigger and bigger, which is telling us that Holley's doing something right. LS Fest is doing something right as they make their way throughout the country, making several stops, and just growing this event. It's been great. It's been great to be a part of it, and we enjoy coming out here every year. All right, it looks like we do have a car pulling up into the burnout box. Can't quite see who it is from where I am. I'm assuming
Jonathan Aaron.
it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be one of two, Jonathan Aaron or Luke Fink. Yeah, it is Jonathan Aaron. So Jonathan Aaron, returning champion from last year. He's going to have to get past Luke Fink. Now, just to give you guys an idea of the difference, I believe Jonathan Aaron's is upwards in the 1,000 horsepower range. So with less than half the horsepower, Luke Fink is going to have to use every bit of his skill and experience to be able to take out a competitor in a vehicle such as Jonathan Aaron is piloting. But we've been watching Luke Fink battle his way through competition. It hasn't been a problem yet. And there you go, Luke Fink out there right now warming up his tires. And that Chevy Corvette coming to us all the way from Australia. And that man is a world-famous drifter. I mean, he has been all around the world. And now he's here at LS Fest East. And he may walk away with the championship. We'll see. Luke Fink, he's partnered up with a few guys to help, help him in his program. Kansei Wheels, Drift Runner, Fink & Co. YouTube channel, so you want to check him out, Fink & Co. on YouTube. Also, Field Suspension hopping on board, NRG, 945 Garage, Just Engineering, Holley ECU. I mean, Luke Fink definitely has a lot of partners helping him compete here today, but he's going to have to get past Jonathan Aaron. Luke Fink qualifying second. He will lead first. Jonathan Aaron qualifying third. He will give chase, and away they go. Jonathan Aaron, Luke Fink. Luke Fink out front. Jonathan Aaron not too far behind. He's going to allow Luke Fink to initiate, and here we go. Both drivers make it. Whoa! Look at Jonathan Aaron having to navigate behind a slower vehicle is doing an excellent job. Luke Fink putting the car where it needs to be, but Jonathan Aaron is almost all over him as they make their way through that second outer zone. You can see the power difference as Jonathan Aaron seemingly lunges forward and drops back, trying to harness all those horses underneath that beast of a vehicle. Give it up for Luke Fink and Jonathan Aaron. Wow, so Jonathan Aaron definitely has, so that's one thing. You think that all that horsepower is an advantage. It's not always an advantage when you're going by a slower vehicle. Trying to harness all that horsepower and not slam into that slower vehicle in front of you is very challenging. So a high horsepower car not always has the advantage, but like I said, drifting is a run what you run type of motorsports. You're going to come out here, and if you don't have the horsepower, you better have the skill. If you have the horsepower, you need to have the skill to match it, because chasing a slower driver is not that easy. Even with a driver such as Luke Fink, with all that experience, I mean, he's putting the car where it needs to be, but the vehicle itself is not keeping that speed, not maintaining the speed in drift. So we'll see what happens now. Will Jonathan Nairn run away down this track? You see Luke Fink kind of utilizing a roll start in order to keep that proximity, and he's right there with Jonathan Nairn. Jonathan Nairn right on the outer edge of that zone. Wow, Luke Fink still trying to hang tight with them, but Jonathan Nairn just has that rocket ship. Luke Fink doing an amazing job navigating through the smoke and still able to dive in and apply pressure. You got to give it up for Luke Fink. And Jonathan Nairn, as they make their way off the course, make some noise for these drivers. Wow, that was exciting. Luke Fink, less than half the horsepower of Jonathan Nairn, and he's able to stay right there in the pocket. He's doing, really putting on a clinic on how a driver needs to chase with less horsepower, because he had to sacrifice some angle and he had to sacrifice some of that line, but he did it in a way that was just very smooth.
And we have result. Jonathan Nairn in the Nissan 240SX gets the win.
All right, Jonathan Nairn gets the win. He's going to do battle in the finals. Jonathan Nairn is looking, I mean, that championship, back-to-back championship, is right in reach. So Luke Fink is going to have to battle Joshua Stewart, and the winner of that battle will determine third. So I think that is. So is that Luke Fink on the track right now? I can't quite see from over here. Oh yeah, Luke Fink just kind of making his way around the course. Maybe he dropped his wallet or something. Maybe his room key. Maybe he threw his room key to an audience member. I don't know. Yep. There's a man right there that you want to keep your eye on. Coming to us all the way from Australia. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be Chevy Corvette versus Chevy Corvette for third, and it's going to be Nissan versus Nissan for first and second. So since he's going to do battle, looks like Luke Fink's just trying to cool that car down, getting some cool down laps. I mean, he just did battle, so these cars take quite a beating. It's not quite like drag racing, right, where it's a few seconds and over. I mean, they're banging off the rev limiter for almost a full minute or so as they make their way throughout the course. So as you can imagine, those engine temps and that coolant gets up there in temperature, so definitely wants to make sure that vehicle is at 100%, because he's going to need every bit of that machine in order to take out his next competitor if he wants to take home third. So Ben, what's the highlight for you for tonight so far?
It's tough to say. I mean, one of the highlights and one of the stunning upsets is what happened with Dirk Stratton.
Yeah, Dirk Stratton kind of seemingly taking himself out of competition, unfortunately. I know he wasn't. I can't imagine he was happy with himself or happy with what happened. But that's that's the name of the game, right? There are certain rules, there are certain things as drivers and where you are, chase or lead driver, what your responsibilities are. And one of those responsibilities as a chase driver is you cannot impede the lead driver from initiating. Unfortunately, Dirk Stratton was just coming in a little too hot and got a little too aggressive and tapping the back of J.J. Alfano as he made his way to the initiation. Thankfully, J.J. didn't sustain much damage to his vehicle, so he was able to get right back on track, even though he did kind of make a little contact with the wall.
Yeah, and another thing is what happens quite often is top qualifiers end up being in the final four or the grade 8.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you see right now, we're going to be doing battles to establish first, second, and third, and 3 of the 4 drivers are the top qualifiers. I mean, Luke Fink qualified second, Jonathan Nairn qualified third, Ethan Parnell qualified 4th, and Joshua Stewart qualified 8th. So qualifying, oftentimes, at least we've seen in the history of Holley LS Fest, has led to the ending battle and the ending results. You watch qualifying, and you can kind of get a good idea of who might win. That just seems the way it's been panning out.
So sort of like a spoiler alert.
Kind of like a spoiler alert. Yeah, exactly. So right now, obviously, these drivers just roast their tires. So all those drivers got to make sure they put fresh tires on, make sure they put fuel in the gas tank, make sure their cars are cooled down where they need to be, because they're going to be throwing down for the next few minutes, and we're going to soon have a 2023 Holley LS Fest East Drift Challenge champion. The Drift Challenge brought to you by Michigan Motorsports. All right, guys, we're just waiting for the drivers to get set up. Those of you guys who are watching the live stream, we're just going to cut to a quick commercial, and don't go anywhere, because we're probably going to cut right out of the commercial quickly. So just give us a minutes for the drivers to get set up.
Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more. The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at holley.com.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at holley.com.
There's nothing quite like being out in nature, enjoying the quiet moments away from the chaos of everyday life, where you can really reflect on your personal journey on this beautiful rock flying through space. But none of that matters, because this is a Tire Streets commercial. Whether you're drifting, rally racing, off-roading, or just going out on the town, we've got what you need, and we'll get it to you fast. Head to tirestreets.com today.
I was broke, pocket full of debt. Now I'm on the bricks, getting paid like no other dog. pocket full of lead. Now I'm on the rinse, getting paid like a underdog. Now I'm stacking chips.
All right, and we're back. As you can see, we got both drivers pulling up to the line. This is the battle for third. You have Joshua Stewart in that black and green Chevy Corvette. He's going to be battling against Luke Fink, our second-place qualifier. So Luke, being our second-place qualifier, will lead, and away they go. Give it up for both these drivers, battling out all day. Luke Fink out front, Joshua Stewart giving chase as they attack that first outside zone. Luke Fink filling out that first outside zone. Joshua Stewart not too far. Whoa, Luke Fink, all that angle as he makes his way past the touch and go, pulling away from Joshua Stewart through that second outer zone. Joshua Stewart has a lot of ground to make up. Will he be able to have a stellar lead run and take out Luke Fink? Right now, Luke Fink really seems to be sitting on the advantage. Give it up for Luke Fink and Joshua Stewart. Wow, Luke Fink is just putting on a clinic for these drivers. Great lead run, showing that you don't need that much horsepower to be extremely competitive if you have the skill and the ability, and Luke Fink absolutely does. As he makes his way, as you watch the live stream, watch that replay, Joshua Stewart very shallow angle, cutting the track quite a bit to try to stay in the pocket. He was able to stay almost door to door, unfortunately sacrificing a lot of angle and a lot of the line to do so. So we'll see what happens. We already know Luke Fink is a beast in the chase position, so Joshua Stewart is going to have his work cut out for him. Here we go. Joshua Stewart, Luke Fink battle for third as they make their way down the straight. Joshua Stewart in that black and green Chevy Corvette, and Luke Fink right there behind him in another Chevy Corvette, side by side, making their way across the course. Joshua Stewart much better dialed in, but Luke Fink is like a shadow as he's right there in the pocket. Luke Fink doing an amazing job, door to door, side by side, as both drivers final transition past that second inside clip. Give it up for both drivers, Joshua Stewart and Luke Fink. Wow, that was a stellar chase run.
And Luke Fink gets the win. Luke
All right,
Fink.
there you go, our third place.
In the blue Corvette.
In the blue Corvette, yes.
Just want to clarify.
You want to make sure the blue Corvette, Luke Fink taking home third, and some bragging rights coming to us all the way from Australia. If you want to check out his YouTube page, Fink & Co., a lot of exciting content for sure, but Luke Fink taking third. And now this is going to bring us to our final battle of the evening, which is Jonathan Nairn, our third place qualifier, against Ethan Parnell, our fourth place qualifier. 240 versus 240. Both reddish in color, right? You can tell Ethan Parnell's vehicle has @Parnell on the side of it. And of course, we got that Juku Racing on the side of Jonathan Nairn's vehicle. So this is it. For all the bragging rights, can Nairn claim a back-to-back championship, or will Ethan Parnell take the victory? Ethan Parnell has been doing an excellent job filling out this first outside zone. Both drivers are dialed in, locked and loaded. About the same amount of horsepower, I believe, pretty close. Both monsters of a vehicle, both excellent in the chase and lead position. Here we go, our final battle for first and second. Ethan Parnell is out front. Jonathan Nairn giving chase. Both drivers attacking that first outside zone. Ethan Parnell almost touching a bumper on that first outer zone. Look at these drivers, just rocket ships. I can't even see Jonathan Nairn. There he is as they make their way through that second outer zone. Ethan Parnell is trying to apply that pressure, but Jonathan Nairn is just a monster in that lead position. Wow, both drivers, excellent job. Oh my goodness. This is the battle we've been waiting for. This is a first and second championship battle. Who wants it more? Right now, Jonathan Nairn putting down a clinic, just filling out all the zones, full throttle, a lot of commitment, nice angles, bouncing off the rev limiter, but Ethan Parnell not doing a bad job trying to stay right there with him. This is going to be a tough one to call. Definitely at the edge of my seat here as we're waiting for these drivers to finish this battle. Looks like they're going to be cleared. We're trying to wait for that smoke to clear a little bit, I think. Are you guys enjoying the show? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Hopefully we've found some new drift fans. It's a growing sport, and everybody that comes out here loves it. One of the best things about going to a drift event is you can find a local drift event in your area. Sometimes they have opportunity for you to ride along with some of these drivers. A lot of times that is what wins the hearts of new fans. All right, here we go. Could be the final run of the night. Ethan Parnell and Jonathan Nairn. Jonathan Nairn in that chair. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, my goodness. Great drifting for Jonathan, avoiding that collision, but Ethan Parnell going into the wall just after initiation. Looks like Jonathan Nairn's going to drive over there and make sure he's okay. That's sportsmanship that's sportsmanship right there for you. Guys, give it up for Ethan Parnell. Oh, it looks like, oh yeah, we have the drone footage. The whole wheel and the control arm is right there against the wall. Three-wheel motion, that's exciting, but not in drifting. Not in drifting, my friend. I mean, everything fell right out of the front of that vehicle. That vehicle is just kind of stuck there. We got the, look at that, good thing. Give it up for Ethan Parnell as he makes his way out the vehicle. Crowd, let him hear you. Wow, you can tell these drivers are just putting everything on the line here at the Holley LS Fest East Drift Challenge, brought to you by Michigan Motorsports. What an epic battle it was up until this point, unfortunately. Give it up for Jonathan Nairn. Wow, this has been a night of ups and downs and unexpected things going on here. As we're watching the replay on the live stream, Ethan Parnell, I mean, he's been attacking that first outer zone so well all night, and unfortunately on this last run here, it kind of come back to bite him. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate and almost, well, you could say anticlimactic.
Yeah, I guess you can't say that, right?
It was looking to be a tough battle nonetheless, but it just tells you that Ethan Parnell knew the situation that he was in. He knew he had to give it more than 100%.
Yeah, he had to put it all on the line in order to take out a competitor such as Jonathan Nairn. It is unfortunate. All right, those of you guys that are on live stream, I just want to let you know we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back, get some interviews from the drivers. So just stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.
There's nothing quite like being out in nature, enjoying the quiet moments away from the chaos of everyday life, where you can really reflect on your personal journey on this beautiful rock flying through space. But none of that matters, because this is a Tire Streets commercial. Whether you're drifting, rally racing, off-roading, or just going out on the town, we've got what you need, and we'll get it to you fast. Head to TireStreets.com today.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more.
I was broke, pocket full of lead. Now I'm on the rinse, getting paid like no other dog. Now I'm stacking chips.
The number one.
All right, and we're back. Unfortunately, it's going to take a while to get Ethan Parnell off the course, so we're going to go ahead and, I guess, state the obvious, right? So Ethan Parnell, unfortunately, taking himself out of competition. Jonathan Aaron, back-to-back champion at LS Fest here. So Jonathan Aaron's going to go ahead and take the first place, championship, basically. I guess you could say he's going to have another year of bragging rights.
Yes, indeed.
Ethan Parnell, unfortunately, taking himself out of competition, takes second. And then I believe Luke Fink taking third. So there you go. Those are our 3 winners of tonight. We want to thank the audience that's here. Thank you so much. We will be back tomorrow night or tomorrow drifting. It's not going to be competition, but a lot of these drivers, actually some other drivers that you may have not seen in competition, are going to be out here as well. So Ben, what are your thoughts of tonight?
It's been a crazy night. Stunning upsets, some surprises, and some other moments that weren't so much of a surprise. But that's what you get with drifting. It's not necessarily always a certain thing, so it's always something exciting to watch.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. We see upsets. We see all kinds of craziness happen. Those of you guys that are watching us on the live stream, thank you for sticking with us through this event. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you're back next time. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, share it. Also, I have to thank our partners here. This has been the Holley LS Fest East Drift Challenge brought to you by Michigan Motorsports. We want to thank Grip Royal Steering Wheel, Fortunato, Simpson, Safety Gear, Kansei Wheels, Tire Streets, and we're looking forward for more partners in the future as this LS Fest Drift Challenge grows. And it's just going to keep growing. Every year it gets bigger and bigger. So, I mean, without anything else to say, I guess our winners are Jonathan Aaron, 2nd year in a row. Ethan Parnell taking 2nd. Luke Fink coming all the way from Australia and grabbing 3rd place, showing that you can do it with less horsepower if you have the skill. So, Ben, any final thoughts?
Come back for Ford Fest.
Yep.
And Mo Party.
Yep, that's right. So we'll be back.
Oh,
just make sure you go ahead and
That's the wrong button.
Make sure you set us up for
Ford Fest and Mo Party.
Okay, there you go. All right, guys, we're going to let you go. We've had you on here for a while. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.
There's nothing quite like being out in nature, enjoying the quiet moments away from the chaos of everyday life, where you can really reflect on your personal journey on this beautiful rock flying through space. But none of that matters, because this is a Tire Streets commercial. Whether you're drifting, rally racing, off-roading, or just going out on the town, we've got what you need, and we'll get it to you fast. Head to TireStreets.com today.
Redesigned from the ground up, MSD's Ultra 6A boasts a significant size reduction, making it 60% smaller, 50% lighter, and 35% more efficient. Find out about MSD's latest products at Holley.com.
Classic car owners, make your headlights over twice as bright with Holley Retro Bright LED headlights. A plug-in replacement for those dim halogen seal beams, Retro Bright maintains that classic look and lasts 6 times longer. Stay safe and click the link below to learn more.
I was broke, pocket full of lead. Now I'm on the rinse, getting paid like no other dog. Now I'm stacking chips.
The #1 EFI conversion just got better. With 14 new features, all new electronics, and a complete ecosystem with display options, fuel systems, even transmission control, you can't go wrong with Sniper 2 EFI. To learn more about converting your engine to EFI, visit us at Holley.com.